Wednesday, and we've got something extra special fun today from Cat in the Hat. I love Cat in the Hat, and we've got thing 1 and thing 2. I'm going to be talking a lot about negative shapes and thinking about different things when you're drawing. So let's start drawing. I'm going to do my Cat in the Hat thing 1 and thing 2 in my little book. You can see I did my fish earlier. That was my little flash of my fish there. So we're going to do them in here, and I want you to think about where we put these first shapes. We've talked before about the rule of thirds. It's a simple rule which artists use a lot. And if you imagine splitting your page into a grid, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. The sweet spots here are the thirds. So if I go like that and that, that's the third of the way in, and that is where I'm going to put my heads of my thing 1 and thing 2. So pretty much in the centre of that. I want them at a kind of very small angle. Don't worry too much about that, because I want you to put them in very lightly so you can come back. We're going to come back and work on those. So there's our 2 heads around our dots on our sweet spots. And from there, we're going to put these 2 lines from the neck. I'm just making them pretty much exactly the same here. And then we've got a kind of bean shape, a little oval shape there at the bottom. And then here, it's a square, but on an angle, because we've got these bodies that are kind of angled in. So a little line on an angle there. Take it down, 1, 2. So it's an angled square, really. 1, 2. And then we want a little triangle at the bottom with that side shorter. So that side shorter, and then a little angle. And there are our first shapes, so pretty simple. So if you pause, find the sweet spot on your page, and we'll get those first shapes in. Right. So on your when you pause on the sheet, on the drawing guide for this one, what you'll see is that these shapes are in red. Okay, so that will let you know where we're drawing from. So if you imagine coming out from here, what I want you to do is to just take a little thing, and we're going to do the same on each one. So a little shape coming out. We've got that coming to the top. Now from here, pretty much exactly at the same point, we're going to take that shape out, and we're going to join it to there. So out and join it to there. We'll come back in and we'll start rubbing those out in a little while. But now I want you to just put in, and really lightly this, because this is going to be the kind of interior of the hair. We've got those amazing spiky bits going up. If we just give ourselves an idea of how big we want this to be, and we're going to come to there. So same on this side, coming up, out, and down. So that's the top bit. Now let's start putting in some arms. So from here, I want you to take that out, down, and to there. And on that side, up. Don't forget the shoulder, up and out. So same here. They're not actually exactly identical, but they are pretty much. So it's worth just doing them at the same time like this. Coming in. And so we've got the head and we've got the arms. The basic shapes are starting to come together. So now let's pop in here, take that round there, curve it slightly, and I want you to come round there. Think about that shape there. Can you see? Think about the shape within the shape, the negative shape. It will just transform your drawing. And we're going to go there underneath like that. These legs look like they'll be hard, and they're really not. All I want you to think about is just where the lines are going next to each other and where the shapes are. Just keep it coming round. So we've got that knee there, and then a little foot. So that's one set of legs. Here we've got this one actually comes out slightly, down. So can you see that shape was very curved? That negative shape isn't. Look, we've got a V in there. Out, there, and then round and down. So that's one leg, and this second leg is coming up. So think about that shape in between there. We've got that edge there, come down, take it round. And just take your time over this. It's when you start thinking, oh, it's a leg, it's got to look like a leg, and your mind goes into a kind of free fall panic. But as soon as you just start thinking, it's just a line next to another line, it all makes sense. So pause it. Remember that the shapes, those initial shapes you put in are red. And when you come back, I'm going to have rubbed all those out and we'll be ready to do the next bit. Okay, so let's start on the face. So here, I'm going to come, you can see I rubbed out all those guidelines there, so make sure you've got those rubbed out. I'm going to come down, I'm going to take it up into this enormous smile. Can you see there? And then take that line, just an invisible line across, and pop in a little nose. And then 2 eyes. The eyes are really easy for us here. They're just like little U's on an angle. Look at that angle though. Pop in the little eyelashes, and then they're really funny eyebrows, which give expression. So that's the shape of the face. And then coming down here, we've got a little mouth, and then a line underneath, and a straight line. And he's going down to there. Now with the hair, I'm only going to do the hair demo on one. I'm not going to do it on both because it's pretty much the same here. So coming up and out, we've got all these little lines. You don't need to put them all in because you can put them all in when you're colouring it, but that comes up like that, and we've got a sort of curved round bit. And with the hair, take it up and out, and then we've got these, and you see these sorts of shapes here, and they've each got that coming off. So we've got them coming around like that. And the impression it's giving here is that the hair is sort of flying behind them because they're both going so fast as they race around, causing mayhem and havoc for the cat in the hat. Okay, and we've got a couple of even little bits coming off there, like that. So you just do both of the faces in exactly the same way. So I'll quickly do this face so you can see we've got the little nose. We've got that smile coming round, the little mouth, 2 U's there coming off, and the eyelashes. Don't forget the eyebrows that give it the expression. We've got a little dimple there, and then we've got a line there, and it's coming down. And I won't do the hair, but I will do that when I pause it, but it's exactly the same as here. So let's come back to this one now, and we'll pop his little clothes in. So we've got that coming round here, come up to here, and we'll just put in, it's so simple this, just like a line and then another line, and that makes the little hand. Got a little V shape there, and then you want the thing 1 and thing 2. So we've got some lines in, and then you just need to write thing 1. The legs we've pretty much done, they don't really need anything. So all we're going to do now is come around here like that. And with the hand we've got 1, 2, and then 3. So I won't do the hair on him, but I will do the little outfit. We've got him coming round, and here the hand is just a 1, 2, so it is slightly different. And in, and obviously his thing says thing 2. We've got that coming in. And coming up just to finish off here, just look at the shapes. That's all you're doing. Look at the shapes. We've got that coming. And now if you pause, I'm going to finish off the hair, and then we'll come on to doing some drawing, painting, colouring, whatever you want to do with it. I'm going to use watercolour pencils, but stick with us just so you can see the colours and the methods that we're going to use for it. watercolour pencils here. If you've got paints, use your paint palette. And if you've got pens or just crayons or whatever, just do that. But it's 3 very simple colours here, red, blue and black. I'm going to start with a pale blue here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go round the hair like this. I'm only going to demonstrate on one, and then whilst it's drying, I'll just do the other one so that you can see what it looks like, because they are exactly the same. You just do the same thing for both. So this, what I'm going to do is loosely colour it in. What I'm really doing is just putting the pigment down on the paper. I'll wet my brush. I don't want it too wet actually. There we go. And I'm going to turn that to colour. So you can do this with both of them in this lovely pale blue. Now, I don't know if you've noticed when you were looking at the daily draw what the junior one was, but the junior one is the fish from Cat in the Hat. And it's the fish that, I can't remember the poem. Elizabeth might remember it. Do you remember it, Elizabeth? Put me down.
Put me down, said the fish.
Put me down, said the fish.
This is no fun at all.
No fun at all. So you can have a go at the fish if you like. What I will be doing is going off to read Cat in the Hat, because I'd forgotten until I was drawing these just how much I love it. So that's the blue. And now we're going to do the same with the red, but make sure you go round the t-shirt. The thing one label there. So we're going in with the red. You can see I'm pressing really quite hard here because I really want the pigment down on the paper. Going round it to give myself that nice sharp edge. And around there. Like that, and then I'll just loosely colour it in, but not on the thing one because I want that to show up. I might put quite a bit more. I want it to be really bold, this red in there, so I'm going to put a fair bit of pigment in. There we go. Too much water, did you see that? Too much water and not quite clean brush, so it's worth squeezing it out, otherwise it can take forever to dry. And one of the joys of these pencils is that they actually do dry quite quickly, quicker than painting a wash. But even when I go into the white, can you see how it's painting? And that's because the pigment is on the pencil here. So I am quite enjoying drawing in this book, which we have a few left in our shop, which is on the website Little Art School. So if you were interested in getting one of these little watercolour sketchbooks, that's where you can get them from. There we go. So the other one's exactly the same. So I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to do the other one. And if you get those 2 colours in, and then I'll be back in a second to finish it. Okay, so it's dry now and I did the other one as well. And I'm just going to do the black around one and I'll do the other one again later, but you can see. I've got 2 things I'm going to use to do the black thing. I've got a fine liner pen, but any sort of felt tip, thin felt tip will do, and the black watercolour pencil. But again, if you've got a Sharpie, that'll probably work, anything like that. So I'm going to do the nose. Now what I noticed was that nose was black. That nose was actually just a little circle round like that. And then I ended up doing a real spot the difference on these. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put the eye details and things in with my fine liner. I want it to be really bold and strong. But then, and I'm going to do the same with the thing one. However, I'm going to come in and use my black water pencil for the rest. What I found was that I tried doing it with the fine liner and it was just too fine. It didn't show up. I don't have a Sharpie in the house because my children have pinched them all. So I couldn't use that one. But coming round, can you see we've got these little lines everywhere? And if you have a look at the one, when we pause at the picture, you'll see these little lines, and it's to give the impression of speed. The illustrator who does these is amazing, and that's what the little lines are to do. So you can really see it's not just an outline; it really is showing the speed coming round. So if I just finish off here like that. And around the hair, don't forget to go in here like this This really makes a big difference on it. And take out the lines like that. And when you come on here and you start coming round, every time you go out, you take a line out like that. And then again. And again. So going round them. Like this. And there's just a couple of things, and you'll just do the other one in exactly the same way. So a couple of things just to finish off on. There's a couple of little go faster stripes there, and then you can put some little lines in as if they're going faster there. And that is your thing one. Hope you really enjoyed that. I absolutely loved it. Love Cat in the Hat so much. If you want a bit more Dr. Seuss, you could go and do the fish that balances on the top of the umbrella, which we did with the juniors, and it's loads of fun. It's a lovely little drawing, so maybe go and do that as well. Tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday is Draw with the Grandparents, so make sure you let grannies, granddads, aunties, uncles know what we're doing tomorrow. Elizabeth's got an amazing little, really fun washing line that we're going to draw and paint tomorrow, and she really likes it, and I think you're going to like it too. So we will see you tomorrow.